Alright, Yosarian lives. 1827. He's playing in English. E5, yeah. 98. So H3. The double E pawn's usually okay. Okay, here. I think C6. Might even try for Queen B6 or Queen A5. Trying to exploit the pin on the E4 pawn. So I don't think exchanging queens here helps white. It kind of just helps black. So I have the open B file, now I'm already on the D file. Bishop takes is almost never a threat. The knight's forward moves are quite blocked. It's unclear what he would do on the square. So, alright, I guess we're just gonna make a threat to take on E4. Yeah. So now F5 opens the position. I think overall, black just has a good position with the bishop pair and the only break, which is F5. So I think I'll take here first. Maybe. Just to try to exploit this weak diagonal. So there's no threats here. Maybe I'll try to go here. F5 looks like an option. So I guess I'll take with the bishop just to threaten the C5 pawn. Yeah, you can't castle. This rook's kind of out of play for a moment. It's kind of unclear what he's going to do with this knight. Like, where's it going? I guess C4 is a pretty good square for it. C5 drops. E4 is good, but F5 kicks it. And if he ever plays knight F6, yeah, it's not clear where the knight's going after that. Okay, so he wants to, I don't know. I guess he didn't see that this was a pawn. Also have check. Yeah. Okay. So this knight is actually trapped. Let's try to exploit that. Okay, he gives up. I can't believe I missed that. It kind of moved too fast. It just seemed principle to go to the second rank. It looked good. But yeah, rook d7 traps the knight. It's much stronger. Of course, he has a3. I might just take and then yeah, he just loses all his pawns. So let's take a look at that. So in English, h3 kind of a slow move. So d5 and early d5. Taking here is, I don't know, I think it's just equal for black. Because it's hard to make any other pawn breaks. I have control of the d4 square where I can play a5, reroute a knight to c5, or I really just have good control of the dark squares in the center. It's really hard for white to break through with his bishops. It is such a close center. Or it gets messy like it did in the game. So bishop g5. There's no pin, and I don't know. It doesn't seem like a scary move. So c6, taking, I guess, is okay. It really solves a lot of black's problems, and again, I have control of his d5 square, and he doesn't have control of mine because he's played c4 already. That outpost is usually quite good for a knight sometimes to reroute like this to the d4 square as a long-term plan. c5, not a good move. I guess it extends the scope of his bishop, but it's unclear. You know, I control these squares, and c4 allows me to control it first. So, not sure. So b3, he doesn't really want to play bishop c4 here, so I guess it was just simply to stop me from playing bishop c4. But all this slow play and these pawns, all these pawn moves, h3, c5, b3, they give me time to start an initiative where he's forced to play things like f3. Giving up the bishop pair wasn't necessary. You know, he took away the knight on f6 to defend the e4 pawn. So to play both, if he was going to play the concession and weaken his dark squares, if he was going to play that and remove his dark square bishop, he wouldn't have to play f3. He doesn't have to play this weakening move and get rid of the bishop pair. He probably had to pick one, but didn't have to do both. So that was a mistake. Now I have everything you want in a position like this. Doubled rook on the only open file. He does have good control over d1, but threats to like h6 and just as weak dark squares. Long term, I'm gonna really probably demolish him on it. So yeah, so f5. I have the only pawn break in the position. He does have a queen 10 majority. I think he should have played for that. Maybe b4, a4, b5. He has all his pieces on b5 with rook b1. Castling. So okay, the position opens up and his king's not ready. His c pawn. He needed to play b4 here, but it hangs his a pawn. Okay, so and then this, and then just rook d7, and his knight has nowhere to go from the bishop and rook's control. But I guess a3 would have been a try here, where it takes, and then yeah, it's unclear how he defends his pawn. Maybe counterattack somehow. I'd probably defend. And if he went to here, I might drop back. I might take, and then rook takes. Get a rook on the 7th, threatening bishop c4. I think black has a 1 game still. Alright, that's all I got. Thanks, everyone.